Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Card Craft. Thanks for joining me again today. You'll have to excuse my voice. I've got a shocking head cold, so I'm a little bit sniffly and my voice keeps going in and out, so I'm so sorry for it. But this is our last of our collage challenges. Can you believe the last one's come around already? So technically it's Wednesday, the 6th of July. I'm a little bit late because it's Thursday here now. So these are the prompts for our collage challenge with Leigh from Leigh's Art Studio and Julie from Art and Junk Journals with Julie. So our age, period or style is eclectic. Mixed patterns, clashing colours, anything. Our theme is spring. Flowers, lambs, greenery, meadow. Colour, yellow or mustard. Paper, book pages, text and other languages. Image or focal point is plant, flower or tree. That worked well, didn't it? Marks, scribbles, doodles, random marks. And shapes, circle or an oval. And our swap or bonus is fabric, lace, washi or ribbon. So I looked at this. This is our last one. This is, wow, eclectic. You know me by now, girls. But this has been a real way to jump out of my comfort zone. So I'm jumping out again. Not inking. Well, at this moment in my mind, I'm not inking. My idea is, I've got, so mixed patterns. I've gone through some old paper pads. So my mustards and my yellows, I've got these. Some mixed patterns. Check this out. Woohoo. We'll see. I've decided, yes, it's spring, so I'm going to use flowers. So I've gone through a couple of little flower books and I've pulled out all my yellows and mustards in those. What I use or what I don't use is just, I've got a few ideas going on. Book pages, well, that's a little bit hard for me, isn't it? So we're right there. Image or focal, well, that's my flower again, so bingo bango. I've got 2 in 1 there. Marks, yes, I can scribble and doodle around them. I'm planning on using an oval in my head. And these, if I can't come up with anything else, or I might just chuck some washing in anyway. So, let's do it. My last page for my collage challenge. Well, you know, a little bit of a last page in the book. We might just keep going for myself. What I want to do, no inking. As I said before, I want to really push myself with this one. Few different ideas. What I want to do though is I've pulled out a couple of these from some flower books that I've got where I tear out my images, which give me my list of flowers. And what I want to do is just pop them down that border. So first things first, I'll tear them off because I just want to go right down the side and adhere them in. So that's that one. And if I tear down, this one will be on this side. So I need to tear down that way, don't I? Because I want one up one side, one up the other. As I said before, I'm doing both pages. So that'll give me a straight edge there with my writing. Yep. And that one will give me a straight edge over here. So that should be fine if I take it just before that one. As you can see, lots of measuring here. And I'm assuming I'm straight. So if I go about there, like that, need to get rid of those contents a bit at the top. Somewhere around there. Yep, and a little bit off this one. And they can be adhered down straight away. So what I want is this right up in this corner and this one up in that corner to start with. Nice and easy. So I'll just stick those ones straight down. And I'm not worried about putting my glue all over this because hoping that all of this will be covered as we go. So let's see how we go. I can't promise anything, but we'll see. Stick down. My book's starting to get very wonky. Alright. That's that one. If I go up into my corner, down there. Right. And I've got a little bit more on this one. Now, this one's a bit harder because it doesn't have that much on it. So, let's have a look. If I take you straight along that one, lift you up, like so. And I'll see how much of this one I can get anyway. It's going to need to go about there, isn't it? Yes, to get in some of that. That looks fairly straight, doesn't it? Well, it was. Let's go that way, because we can still all glue that in. How about I get a bit of ruler? Like so. That works a bit better, doesn't it? Instead of trying to go the opposite direction to how I normally go. Alright, tear that bit off. That should fit down there like that. And take off a couple of those. Glue all that down like so. Alright, stick that bit down. Carefully go over where I tore it. The glue should stick it all back down again, so that's not a problem at all. Down in my bottom corner, up to that one, fairly straight. Right, that's that bit. I'm going to cover over some of these anyway. I might need to find something else that goes down there because they're just not going to fit, and I couldn't find any more books. But that's all right. So, I just want some edges, but I want some of that white showing because this is, that's a nice bit of white, and that's a nice bit of white. Not inking, not inking. I like that actually. I don't want to lose any of that. Oh well, we'll go back down there because I'm going to cover a lot of this anyway. Just want to get some colour behind it to start with, and then I can start layering all my flowers on. That's the plan anyway. Losing my glue. Move you over there. This thing, again, I don't mind that white's in there. How's that? That's eclectic, patterned, bright, all things that are not me. So, wow. Who'd have ever thought that I'd be doing ones like this? So I hope you've joined along with this, and I hope it's taken you a little bit out of your comfort zone as well, given you a go at having that shot of playing around with collage. It can be very relaxing if you let that scaredness go. Scaredness, is that a word? You know what I mean. So just, yeah, just let loose and play around. I want a little bit more colour beside that, but you can see that I'm really tearing out my white just so that they're not quite so much for me. You know, it's up to you which way you do it, but that way, because I'm not inking, I still get that definition of colour through it. Now, I'm probably going to cover up most of this. Let's put some of this. I really, so I've definitely gone the wrong way with that. If I go that way, I'm not going to get as much white because I'm tearing the opposite way. Sit you in here like so. Yes. this eclectic? I don't know. What exactly is eclectic? It's obviously not me. I know it's a mismatch of things and all the rest, but... And these are definitely mismatches, aren't they? Probably should have got some paper towel. There you go. Right, my cloth's there. We'll use that one. I might have to go back over and re-stick some of these. But I'll wait until I've got some of the other bits and pieces on. Might go some yellow in here. That bit'll do, won't it? Cut that little bit off there. I've got scissors here somewhere, just to straighten up that. Just so that it sits in there like so. And we'll tear a little bit off that. How's that for yellow and mustards? Wow. All right. Let me get that bit done. So up there like that. Tuck that right into that. How's that? All right. All right, what have I got for this side? Some orange. I've got no orange, have I? So if I sit you down there, let's have a look. Tear a little bit off there so that it fits in that spine. That'll do. That'll do. Am I in shot when I go right down the bottom of the page? This book's a little bit bigger, so it tends to take up a lot more room. Was I going that way? Yes. All right, that's given me my background a little bit. I've still got stuff to do down the bottom, and I've still got lots of areas to glue this back on where it hasn't glued properly yet. But, right, so across the bottom, still thinking about that. I know what I want to do with my flowers. I'll put that there. And I just plot my sleeves. I want, so I've got all these beautiful, beautiful flower bits. And I've also got my dies. I'm not actually using it as a die though to go through my big shop. So what I want to do is find which one of these I want as my focal. I'll just show you some of my colours. Some of my flowers. That one's not. That one's pretty good, isn't he? I like that one. Well, I suppose nothing really says spring more than eggs and bacon and daffodils. What do I have in those ones that's going to go? That frames that nicely, doesn't it? Right, that's what I want to do with this now. I'll show you. So, if I just pull those ones over, I'm just going to take that other page off that. So, this will fit with that. I've got my book page. Come on, Kylie. You've always got book page here. I'll just grab a book. Just grab a book, she says. That's going to fit that circle, that oval. Let's have a look. What have I got here? I need it bigger. I need a bigger book than that. Wouldn't you think that I would have had one there? Small, small, small. There. Oh. Here's a larger one. Here's a larger one. That'll do it. That's what I'm after. Right. I'm just going to set this aside and I'll show you what I want to do. I'm going to set this in here. I'm going to get my water brush. And I'm just going to follow around the inside line. You could do the inside line, you could do the outside line. My problem with doing the outside line is that I don't have a lot of book page there, so I want to see a little bit of book page. So I'm just going around with my water brush, which means that I can tear this out. So what it's doing is softening up the fibres of the book page, making it nice and soft. Some book page will soak it in really quickly and it'll tear really quickly. Others will take a couple of goes round. So that should do that. Yep, you can see that it's there. Once I start it, I can now go around. Look at this. And what I've made, because I'm not using the inside of that oval, I'm using the outside of that oval, I've made myself a frame so that I have my book page and I have my flowers, and this one will be my focal point. So there's my frame. So once I sit this underneath, now that, okay, that one is now my frame. And as much as I'd like to ink around here, I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is trim it down and around. I'm actually going to stick that on there now so that I can trim the two together, I think. Let's have a look. If I just go around the edge of that frame, like so, I can stick it properly later on, but then it's in place. I want most of that sort of colour. Stick that down. And now I'll just trim the whole thing up. So that what I've ended up with is a frame. Don't want this frame too large. So, how's that? That's Bertha already. I can't have spent that much time on this already. Go down that side. And about there. How's that? Right, so that one is my focal point. How am I going for time? Oh no, it's only 18 minutes, that's all right. And what I want to do is on that, I'm just going to sit you back in there. Which side was it? No, it was that side. Yep, there you go. And I'm just going to pop some flower stamps across it. So, that one's a good one. We won't worry about looking any further. That one will do. Alright. Have some ink. And board. And I might just do it in black. It's a fairly solid stamp. Yeah, I'll just do it in black. I might re-ink it across the rest of the page in a yellow or a mustard later on. But let's have a look. Yes, I should have got a daffodil or something, shouldn't I? Right. Sorry, that was a bit loud. Go back on the paper, Kylie. That's not quite as loud, is it? All right. Whoops. Move that back over because I don't want it on that other one. And yes, technically I should have done all this prior to putting my other one in the inside, but we haven't. There's a word. There we go. How's that? That look all right? So sit you to the side, bring you back over here. Oh, it's really bad that I'm not inking. I'm not inking. And what I want now is some of my other ones in. Get my ruler. Make that my bottom of my page. You will just about fit that. Oh, yes. Yeah, baby. What do I do with my water brush? There. So, I don't want to lose all of this down here. So, I know I've gone down there. And I'm just going to take it up to about there. So, you can see because this one is a shiny paper, so it's coated, it'll take longer to take that water in. So I'm just really wetting it down. Fold it a little bit. It's not going to tear as easy as normal fiction book pages. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean with that sort of book page. But it will help it tear a little bit. Right. That'll go up there. It still gives me all those colours. I'm thinking about putting some other bits and pieces around that. I do want to trim that little bit off. And I'll do that with that one. Just take a little bit off that. See how we go. You can always take a little bit more off. Yeah, that fits. Right. Ugh. Sorry if I'm not talking enough. I'm struggling. Okay, in there, round about straight. As long as my book pages are still, you know, straight that way. Tuck you right in there. I'm going to stick you down there. Actually, I might put this one on with the real glue. Real glue. You know what I mean. That's real glue, but this sort of glue. My wet glue. And then I'll just put my my glue stick in the centre. Does that make sense? Oh, my head's so fuzzy. Sorry. Okay. Right. Put a little bit of this one in the centre. Like so. Right. My other page, and then I'll sit in, please. Get rid of some of this mess. Too much trimming there, Kylie. Alright, so back to some of these. I really like that. Again, I'll get rid of that other page. And I'm just going to start to collage these ones. So now if I tear this by hand, it will still tear, but it's more of a concentrated effort now. So I find that, see, and you can't see my tongue rolling around here while I'm doing it this way. And I tend to end up with more jagged bits. But I just want to show you, you can do it still this way. You don't have to have a water brush. That is what they call a water brush, so it's filled with water. You could have a little tub of water and just a paintbrush to do it with as well. Or you can just tear it like this. It's a me thing. I like everything torn just about. That way I don't have to look as though I've meant to cut it straight as well. Mind you, I do like fussy cutting. So, nearly there. I need some lace in this, don't I? Alright. Is it looking spring? Don't think it's looking very spring. I've got no paints, no inks, no nothing. So, I want that one as well to give me some height. Just tear around it first, Kylie. Give it some height, and then I can tear off little bits after that. Rough as guts. Okay. And up. Sorry. Oh, I'm shocking today, aren't I? Sorry. That doesn't look too bad, actually. I need some greenery in there, though. Well, I've got greenery. You know what I mean. Let's just go through this list again. So, eclectic. Yeah, what do you think? Spring. Yes. Flowers, lamps, greenery, meadows. Colour, yellow mustard. That I've covered. Book pages, text and other languages. Yes, I've definitely got book pages in there. Plant, flower or tree is my focal. I've still got my scribbles, my doodles or random marks, yes. My oval. Fabric, lace, washi or a ribbon. Right, I've got some nice flower. I might washi that actually. Might washi that, you know what I mean. Whether I've got yellow washi is another thing. That could be a... Hang on a moment. Let's have a look. Can we see any yellow? Not really. Oh, what about that one? It's got a little bits of yellow in it. See, you can see what my normal colours are. No. That's just... Oh, hang on. That could nearly be classed as mustard. Yes. So, let's have a look. If I turn that round that way. And then we do that smaller one. If I can find the end. Here we go. I don't get much eyesight. Get my straight ends together on this end. Kind of. I do like washi because it shows through, especially lighter ones like this. See how well it shows through, and it still shows my book pages. go a little bit further with that one. Oh, look at that. No lace required, Kylie. And I want one more of that one, just to take me right down towards the bottom. It's not going to go all the way to the bottom, but it'll get fairly well down there. Like so. Alright. Oh, so I want to ink around those. Right, now I've got my CD packets. I like that one in there. So I pulled out some of these. You're too pink. Oh, he's sitting on my desk. He should be used in there somewhere, shouldn't he? What I had, just, right, in my eclectic way, I have these, and I love these colours. Now there's a grow in there as well, so let's just chop some of these up, so that I can tuck some of these in and around just prior to sticking all that down. If we do that, so I want that bright yellow, like so. I haven't got my big trimmer out, and I can't bother getting my ruler and knife. Sorry, the way my head's going, I'd cut off a finger, I reckon. Right, grow. I'd like to grow. Don't really want to use the black, but I have stamped in black, so I could. We could have a rainy day for spring, dark day. Grow was on that, wasn't it? That gives me 3 of them. Right, so let's have a look. I want grow. Like so. Chop those bits out. And we're going to put that grow. And I wanted love. Dream. Baby dream. A dream of a better garden. I am not a gardener, so if I've used flowers that are not necessarily spring flowers, I apologise in advance. Apart from the fact that I know the bulbs come out in spring, I don't know what else flowers in spring. So, I stuck him down. You're an idiot, Kylie. All right, let's start sticking some of this down. I'm not really into checking them out too much today. I hope you've all enjoyed. Oh, bugger. Oh, sorry. Oh, Kylie. I hope you've all enjoyed the collage challenge. Oh dear. And come along for the ride with us. It has been fun. It has made me think outside the square and just to, you know, really think how I did my first one to how I've done my last, well, the last one, my second last one. How's that? Let's put that down on the actual table this time. Oh dear. Right, so Grow can sit in there. Push you down. This one can go in, can't it? Oh dear. Actually, I'll go around the edges with that. Oh, yeah, see. Never craft when you've got a head cold and you've got a foggy head. It shouldn't be allowed. And stay away from sharp objects. Hence why I'm not using my knife at all today. Mind you, I was at work this morning until my husband said to me, go home. So I left early. Just looked at me and he went, go home. So who am I to complain when I'm told to go home from work? That works well. And I'll take that. How are we going for time? Just over half an hour. All right, another 5 minutes and we should be done. We'll put this one in. Oh, dear. And then I might go have a hot shower and see if I can clear this head, I think. Once again, I apologise profusely from the bottom of my heart for actually doing this, but I'm a day late as it is. So I thought I've really got to get it done. And who knows what I'm feeling like tomorrow. Right. Done all that, wasn't it? Who knows? Not me anymore. Ah, I wanted that in there. I wanted that tucked in there. These are some little ones that I've had. I bought on a 12 by 12 sheet. I reckon I bought them 15 years ago. I have finally cut them up. See, they're slightly embossed. They're beautiful, but I've never used them. It's me all over, really. So it's about time we used them. I'm thinking I need to put some doodling or scribbles or something like that on this. Let's have a look. A moment. Sorry. Oh, dear. All right. Oh, that's just a mess. It's just a mess. Let's have a pen and a Sharpie. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, dear. We'll just do some faux stitching, fancy stitching just across the top. Again, that's because this is the paper pads. So apart from this one's that's got a little bit of glossy on it, I'm not quite certain how this pen is going to go on these sorts of ones. So let's just go across the top, because I know it'll go well on the paper pad, and it'll actually go over onto that book as well. And then I need to go back at some stage and make sure all of this is glued down. And then I think I'm nearly finished. But who would have thought? I've done one with no inking, no paint, no lace, just to finish us off for our challenge. It's been a ball, and I want to thank Julie and Leigh for coming up with it and for inviting me on board. I have had a ball with it. Yeah, and I try not to look at my prompts until the day. So I'll pull it out just before I go to do my video. I'll pull out my prompts and then start thinking, because I don't want to overthink everything, because if I look at them too early, I'll overthink. So I just pull them out, I look at my prompts and pull out a few things and off I go. So let's have a look and see what we've done with this. So that was my first one. Not really much collage, was it? Right down to the fact that I haven't put a pocket in, which is just me. So I have grown, I think. My second one, which was my winter theme. Quite happy with that. We got very bright there, didn't we? Oh, I need to stick some more of that in. Managed to put my bead in at the end. Yes, quite happy with that one too, which was my blues, which was summer. I've actually got summer written there. So, last ones. which was oranges, I think. I don't have them written here. I should have them written here. And then this one, which is spring. Yeah, I'm thinking it does. I think it's portrayed spring, yellows, oranges, or mustard, sorry. Eclectic, a little bit eclectic. Not much eclectic, but I'm not much eclectic. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've played along with us and pushed yourself a little bit and made you go out of that comfort zone that we all tend to live in. Thank you all for coming along. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing as we've done this. So, thanks guys. Happy collaging, happy crafting. Till next time, bye.